Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Gaskins here, popping in. I was just on the Q&A on my story, and I've been doing the Q&A a few days, and I seen probably three or 4 days in a row, women have been asking me, what do you say to a man when he asks you, what do you bring to the table? And I didn't understand why people were saying that. Like, I didn't understand why people were saying, what do you say to this? Because I really cannot believe that's a question. Like, even when I was a dog, like, even when I was out there, I showed this to my wife before I posted on my main page that question from the young lady, because I just was flabbergasted, shocked and appalled. Like, I'm blown away that this is a question, and I'm curious, like, who made up this question? Like, who got men out here asking a woman, what do you bring to the table? Like, we Jesus. Jesus don't even ask that. Like we all of that. Like any man in the world have the room to ask a woman especially, what do you bring to the table, as if he hiring her for his Fortune 500 company and about to entrust her over 5,000 employees or something, and he got to fire somebody. Like, that is I'm gonna help y'all understand this. What these grown boys is doing, and I'm telling you, because I was a grown boy. I was a dog, woman, I was all of that. So I understand that punkness, that space of being a punk, that space of being a lame. I understand that because I was there. And let me tell you what these guys doing. What they're doing is they're trying to make women feel insecure, inadequate, and unworthy. Because if you feel insecure, inadequate, and unworthy, you're going to be working for his approval. So what the man tries to do is the man wants to put himself on a pedestal, and then he wants to make you look up to him. So he asks you condescending and demeaning questions like, what do you bring to the table? And it's like, who is you? Like, what you mean the table? Who you is? Like, don't nobody want to sit at your raggedy table. Like, you probably finna be cheating anyway. You probably finna be lying anyway, talking about what you bring. And then he probably crossing his leg. So let me ask you. And see, me, I don't sit with my legs crossed. I cannot cross my legs. I don't understand the concept of crossing your leg. God bless y'all that can. But he probably sit with a leg. Yeah. So yeah. Let me ask you. So what do you bring to the table? Like, if I was a woman, if I had a daughter, and she was on a date, and a man asked her that, it'll look like an episode of one of these shows on the reality TV. Like, I have to bite my tongue to tell my daughter not to throw her drink in his face. Like, what? Like, who is you? Like, Jeff Bezos got a divorce. Bill Gates got a divorce. Men with billions of dollars can't even keep a woman happy when they could be on having Jeff Bezos could have dinner on the moon and he couldn't keep a woman. So what did these men with regular money, even if he got 100 million, that still ain't no question to ask no woman what you bring to the table. And see, this the thing. What upset me is this is what's breaking down society. It's breaking down society because it got men thinking they the prize. It got women thinking they the prize. And now we in competition. Now we going out on a date and it's who the best detective on First 48. Like, who could get somebody to crack in First 48? And this the thing. It's terrible because when you looking at it, it's like, wow. So now, instead of, because what a man simply could do, a man can look at a woman. He can look at how she presents herself. He can listen to a conversation as he's talking to her. And he can evaluate who she is and how she presents herself and what she's bringing to the table. Like, what you bring to the table is a question that you ask in your mind to say, what does this person bring to the table? But that's not a question that you let leave out your lips. That's not a question you ask somebody as if they are auditioning for you or they are applying for your job and they have to sit on the proving seat, the hot seat, to prove themselves to you that they're worthy. Because if a man asks a woman what you bringing to the table, and then the woman flipped the question to the man, well, what do you bring to the table? It's like, what is you gonna say? It's like, what is he gonna say? Oh, I'm a man of God. Well, see, really, I'm a man of God. And see, I used to be from the street, but I'm a man of God. And so what I bring is like, really what I bring is like, well, I got a degree and I got a good job and I make 6 figures. So that's really what I bring. Like, I could afford a table. Like, what is the man gonna say? Nothing. So it's like, listen, stop going on. Like, I'm gonna tell you like this right here. If I was talking to my sister, if I was talking to my daughter, if I had a daughter, I'll tell them, if a man asks you what you bringing to the table, get your purse. What I bring to the table? Okay. Well, you know, it's nice meeting you. I ain't gonna shake your hand. We in COVID. Nice meeting you. And go on about your business. Go on about your business. Like, listen, I'm not finna be sitting on nobody date getting interviewed about what you bring to the table. Like I'm applying for somebody's job that come with a 401k. If I'm sitting up, what you bring to the table, do you have a 401k? Do you got SSI? Do you got paid vacation? Not 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Do I get a 3% raise every year? Like, do I get mental health coaching and counseling? Do you got EAP assistance program? Like, if somebody asking you what you bring to the table, they got to have a benefits package. They got to have a 401k. They got to have a match program. Everything you put in the 401k, they matching it. Like, that is the dumbest question, and I don't know who made this question up, but I guarantee you he lame. I guarantee you he lame. Because it is not a real man on the face of this earth that is going to ask a woman, what do you bring to the table? It ain't a real woman on the face of this earth that's going to ask a man, what do you bring to the table? Because it's clear to see what somebody bring to the table just by looking at them and talking to them. You could see if they are fit for your life. But see, this right here, it's a grown boy strategy. But the men out here, they calling it alpha male strategy. They calling it red pill. They calling it MGTOW. They calling it high value man. Listen, all of that is revenge of the lames. All of them associations, MGTOW, red pill, alpha male strategy, high value man. A man who is high value don't even call himself a high value man. That's not even a word that a man, because your value speaks for itself. If you got to call yourself a high value man, you a low value man. Because you the great value version out of Walmart. Because if you are a man of valor, if you're a man of character, if you're a high value man, you don't have to say that. People gonna be able to see it in your conversation, in your lifestyle, the way you live, the way you carry yourself. You don't have to wear that on your forehead and be sitting on no date. Well, so yeah, so really for me as a, as a high value man, it's like it's really important to me that I understand like the woman I'm talking to, and so really like one of the main questions I have for you is like, what do you bring to the table? Man, I got to. It was nice to meet you, sir. I got to go. Man, I'm out of there. Man, what? What? And listen, if you Clarissa Shields, if you not Clarissa Shields or one of them MMA fighters, then just get your purse and walk on out. But if I'm a woman and I'm like Clarissa Shields and he asks me what you bring to the table, what? That's what I bring to the table. And take off. Because that's disrespectful. Like, this is the thing. And this is what I want men to understand. Like, listen, I got to go. My wife told me I could go live because she washing dishes. I told her I wouldn't be longer than 30 minutes. But listen to me. This is what I want men to understand. Don't, as a man, don't get online and get caught up in these lames. Like, look at this man. Like, look at these men that's starting this stuff and really ask yourself, like, is this a guy I look up to? Like, is this guy, like, somebody I look up to? Like, was this guy that guy, pal, when we was in middle school, when we was in high school? Or do this look like Revenge of the Lames? Do this look like he leading a hate brigade against women because he hate women? Or he hate his sexuality? Or he got exposed? Like, the men that I see that's talking about high value man, MGTOW, which is the MGTOW, men going their own way. The red pill, the alpha male strategies, these somebody said, one guy said something talking about something aware, RGM aware or something aware. He was saying something, he aware of something, but I don't know what he was talking about. But it's some nonsense out there. But I have never seen one of these men that's leading these movements that I'm like, oh dang, but he looked like that dude. But he looked like he used to get them. Like, that man really know what he talking about. Like, that man had them. Woo! That's a real man. I ain't never felt that. When I look at these guys, I'm like, poor fella, man. The girl he wanted didn't want him. She wanted the star quarterback. He got her roses. She took his rose and gave it to the star quarterback. Told him no to prom, and then let somebody else take her to prom. And he ain't healed yet. He wanting to go in there and date a woman, and she cheated on him with a ex-boyfriend or her child father, and he ain't healed yet. Like, when I see these men leading these here toxic movements that's creating division, that's creating this warfare between men and women, I'm just like, wow. Y'all done gave this man a microphone who used to get punched in the eye, like, just for pants too high. Your pants too high. And then now what's happening is, to the men, listen, be a real man. Like, as a man, you should not take pride in putting a woman down. As a man, it should not make you feel like more of a man to degrade a woman or put a woman on the witness stand, on the proving seat, to where she got to go through all. Like, as a man, you should, if anything, be looking to lighten her load as a man. Like, if you the man and you want to be broad shoulders and you want to be that guy, pal, you need to be able to say, I got this on me. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be a real man. And if she's not the one, I'm going to let her know, like, listen, I don't think it's going to work out between us, and I don't want to waste your time, because I know we all have somebody out here for us, but I don't feel like this is a fit. Point blank, period. And then you could go on about your business instead of coming in as a man and then you trying to put this woman on the witness stand. You asking her, prove yourself, show me. Like I seen the post of the guy, who made a post about he put his woman through all this kind of stuff for a year, testing her so she could prove that she the one, and she healed his heart. And I ain't gonna talk about nobody's son, but sometimes you just could see the struggle on people. Sometimes you just could look at them and see, oh yeah, you really, oh man, well, you went through some things. And just because you know how the world is, and you know how the world could be cold, and you know how the world could treat people for whatever reason, so you have to be able to understand where somebody's speaking from. So if you see somebody speaking from a place of pain, from a place of insecurity, from a place of confusion, then that ought to be your sign to say, you know what? Yeah, I really can't listen to this because I see where this person's heart is at. I see where this person coming from. And they hurting, they lost, they searching, and they're trying to feel like somebody now because somebody put a microphone in their face. Somebody helped them get a following. And I'm going to tell you what's wrong right now is, and it's on both sides. And this is what I try to tell women too, because it's a lot of women who you choose a man based on his money. It's a lot of women who overlook a man who don't got money, who ain't at his highest height, his highest earning potential. And so it's that man that go working for, you seen the movie Spider-Man? And the movie is how you got Spider-Man and then you got the villain out there. And he out in the tunnel and he building this big old monster that's going to take over the city. But see, the people that the villain can recruit are the ones who done been hurt. The ones who feel ostracized, alienated, disrespected, overlooked. And so this is why I try to help women understand. It's like, just like this. Don't lead a man on. Don't get a man and get him for a free date, for a free meal. Don't lead him on if you don't like him. Like, let them know day one. Let them know out the gate, hey, I'm not in a place right now to be dating. I don't want to waste your time. Because all it's doing is just perpetuating the cycle. Like, these men that's out here that's creating these strategies to manipulate women, to put women in a place of insecurity and vulnerability. These men are just men who have been hurt. Because think about this. When you confident, you don't want to manipulate anybody. When you confident, you don't need a strategy to deceive or to manipulate when you confident. When you confident, you don't need to put anybody down to lift yourself up. When you confident, what do you bring to the table will never come out of your mouth when you confident. Because you know who you are and you don't want to make somebody feel less than. But when you insecure, your insecurity then pretends to be confidence. So when you see arrogance, that's really from weakness. When you see confidence, that's really from humility. But a lot of times our insecurities can confuse confidence for arrogance. And we can confuse arrogance for strength. And so what happens is, it's human nature to want to be accepted. And we feel like we have to sell ourselves. We feel like we got to prove to somebody who we are. And so when somebody then says to us, what do you bring to the table? We then feel the need to run down our list of accolades. Because I see so many women who this question has already affected because so many women introduce themselves in the questions that I answer on the stories as, hi, Tony, I have a master's degree, a six-figure job, and I own my own house. Why can't I get a man? Sis, nobody cares. Like, it's like we are in a place that we feel like we have to prove ourselves to somebody. All you got to do is be you. And the person for you, they looking at your heart. They're not looking at all your accolades. They're not looking at all of that. Like, my wife was a biomedical science major. I was like a halfway criminology major, and I was a criminology major because I was selling drugs. And so I was sitting in the classroom with a quarter pound of weed and a 380, and I was learning about the law so that when the police pulled me over with that quarter pound of weed in the back seat, I could hit them with the Jay-Z line from the Jay-Z song. No, sir, you're not going to search me because I know my rights. And so that's why I was a criminology major. Now, my wife ain't know all of that out the gate, but she could have easily said, okay, criminology major, what the max you gonna make? Biomedical science major in school with the hopes of being a doctor, what the max you could make? She could easily see a criminology major. If you become a detective, police, whatever, chief, you could touch 100K. But at what she was on her trajectory, she could get to 400K or more. Especially if she doing getting the plastic surgery, she could be making millions. So she could easily look and say, our trajectory different. So I'm not going to deal with you because I need somebody who's a science major or engineering major, because that's a man that's going to be close to. But she looked at who I was. She looked at my heart. And see, that's what you do when you confident. You're not looking for somebody to be a meal ticket. You're not looking for somebody to be a business partner. You're looking for somebody who can love you in the dark. You're looking for somebody who could be there for you and support you, and they got a heart for you, and they don't want to put you down. They want to build you up, and they want to build with you. See, the problem with our relationships today is we're trying to do business deals. We want to get in relationships to be monetized on Instagram. We want to be in relationships so that we could get ad placements, so that we could get commercials. We turning love into business. We turning relationships into, couples goals for social media. And we looking at people based on statistics. We looking at numbers. How much do you earn? How tall are you? How much do you weigh? We looking at numbers instead of looking at character, instead of looking at who somebody is in their heart. Because if a person have character, and this is why I always say, let a man's character be his currency. Let a woman's character be her currency. Because a person with character can make any amount of money. But a person without character, no amount of money can buy character. So you see broke millionaires. And what I mean by that is we see people who got millions of dollars and still don't got love. Got millions of dollars and can't keep a relationship. Got millions of dollars. So money don't buy nothing but material possessions. But the things that really matter, they free. You got to just sacrifice for it. And see, this the thing. So we so lost in our relationships because women looking at men for the most part as a meal ticket, a checkbook, how much money he make. And then men looking at women as like a sex toy, a sex doll. And now men starting to say, oh, well, women want me for my money. I'm going to get her for her money. And then so now we looking at, okay, if we put our money together, what size house can we buy? Like, what our credit score finna be like? Like, listen, at the end of the day, when you get on your deathbed, you're not going to be worried about what your credit score was and how big your house was and what kind of white picket fence you had and all of that. You're going to be worried about, did you have real love? Like, did you have real love? And my wife taught me that because here I was chasing money and I was in college and I was selling drugs because I'm like, shoot, I get a degree and I'm a hustler on the side and I'm gonna work a regular job. And my wife said, no, you gotta leave the streets alone. I'm like, I'm trying to get money for us. She was like, I don't care about that. She was like, I don't want that kind of money. I don't want that kind of money. I'm like, so you comfortable living in the hood? I'm like, so you comfortable not having no furniture in the living room? That we just could do a track meet through the living room because we ain't got now a piece of furniture. You come, she was like, yeah, I'm cool. And what I learned from my wife is like, we could be in the negative. And if I'm treating her like a queen, We was grown adults. We were young. Now she was 19, 20, 21, but she had a smile on her face. And guess what that helped me do? That allowed me to see her for who she is and see her heart. So although she was a biomedical science major and could have gone on to med school and become a doctor, I wasn't banking on that. So today, yes, we absolutely 100% millionaires, but we literally out the mud. We literally out the raggedy apartment, no furniture, in now room. We got a bed that cost $99 with a 13-inch TV that was 10 years old. And we on WIC, we on food stamps, we on all that, but what we had was love. And when you got real love, you could build anything. So what I used to make in a year, I make in a day. Because that love gave me peace. And with that peace, it gave me clarity. And with that, I could visualize, I could map out, I could plan, and then I could take action. Because it wasn't no pressure on my pocket. It was like, treat me like a queen. Treat me like a woman that treat me the way I deserve to be treated. Talk to me with respect and be faithful to me. And if we got that, we could build anything. Because money easy to be made. Money easy to be made. My wife told me last year, she said, baby, in the pandemic, you made 7 figures without leaving home. How we get here? Love. People always say love don't pay no bill. Love do pay the bills because love is priceless. So when you got real love, the people who say love don't pay bill don't have love. Ain't never had love, don't know what love do. Don't understand that God is love. And God is all knowing. God is all powerful. So we chasing money and not realizing that as long as you're chasing money, you will always be lacking. But when you find your purpose, when you uncover your purpose, and you pursue purpose with passion, money gonna chase you. Money gonna chase you. What you need gonna chase you. It don't got to be millions of dollars, but you're gonna be taken care of. So at the end of the day, every time I go broke, I can look at my wife's eyes and I got love. And that's priceless. And you know what that do? That invigorate me to go make all the money I could dream of making. That pick me back up. Because I ain't getting bombarded and looked down on and talked down to. And so this the thing. Now I asked my wife, I was like, listen, you ever ask a man what he bring to the table? Because I know she ain't asked me that. I said, even when I was a dog, I ain't never asked a woman, what do you bring to the table? Like, I feel like that's the most disrespectful, condescending question in the world. Like, that is a clear sign that you think you somebody, and somebody got to prove themselves to you, and they beneath you, and they got to prove that they could sit at your table. And it's like, boy, your table ain't even got no leg. Boy, your table ain't even got no leg. Boy, you barely doing good. You get laid off for that job. You lose your fake followers online that you done paid for. Like, you around here in that $4,000 suit and ain't got $4,000. And just because you got your credit score, okay, you get you some credit card, but you can't afford to charge them because you can't afford to pay them all. Okay, you got money, but you ain't got peace. You got money, you ain't got joy. You got money, that's all you got. You don't got money. Money got you. Give me what got you here. Like my grandma used to say, give me what got you here. So it's like, come on, man. To the men, listen, stop disrespecting these women. Like, stop taking pride in arguing with a woman. Stop taking pride in putting a woman down. Stop taking pride in putting yourself on a pedestal. And I keep saying so many men, I'm the prize. I'm the prize. Boy, you're a jack in the box. You're a cracker. You the prize in the cracker jack box. Like, what kind of prize you is? Because if you really the prize, then everybody you meet, you make them feel like a prize too. Because if you really the prize, you ain't gonna put nobody down and make them feel less of themselves. Hey, this Tony Gassman, watch this here back. And everybody, I seen this thing on here say turn your badges on. And Instagram put this on here, and I see that down there. Hey, God bless y'all, and I really appreciate y'all for that. Cause you ain't have to do that, and I ain't ask you for that, and so God bless you on that right there. And just know you ain't got to do that, but I sure appreciate it. Nah, I sure appreciate it. This month my wife's birthday month, so she turned 35. She turned 35 this. Nah, I know y'all say you ain't supposed to tell that, but she ain't ashamed about it. And this month, my bread ain't all the way where I want to be. Because see me, I give her $35 million. If I had it to go shopping for a birthday. If I had LeBron James money, I'd give my wife $35 million. If she want to donate to charity like Bill Gates' wife did after she divorced his butt, she could do that. But at this point, I want to give her the world, because when I didn't have anything, all we had was love. And she was there. She was there at the bottom. And so a lady asked me, what does it mean when a man say he want to ride or die? For me, it means a woman who want me for me. Not just for what I could provide, but she liked my heart. She loved my heart. She loved my mind. She loved my spirit. She loved my attitude. She loved my character. And if she rocked with me like that, I could conquer the world, because I got a teammate. I got a partner. I ain't got no freeloader. See, a lot of times people look at my wife and you see that gorgeousness, you see that beautifulness. But see, we grew into that. We grew into where we at. Like, we used to look like we just jumped off the back of a truck, picking oranges all day. Like, we really have it all together on our look side, like, but we was compatible. Now, my wife like wine. The better I love her, the better I treat her, the more she glow. The more she glow, the more she flourish. That's what I learned about love. So you listen, y'all stop putting all these degrees on love. Like when I say degrees, I'm talking about college degrees. Y'all stop worrying about how many college degrees somebody got. I don't have a college degree. And guess what? There is not one single college degree that in your work field will pay you more than what God done bless us to earn. Not one single college degree. And I don't say that to brag, but what I'm trying to tell you is we putting emphasis on the wrong thing. If you got God at the center of your relationship, what I mean, the attributes, meaning selfless love, meaning love your neighbor as you love yourself, meaning treat others the way you want to be treated, meaning love your wife the way Christ loved the church, meaning submit unto your husband as unto the Lord. Ephesians 5. If that is the center, everything else will be added. If that's the center. See, what y'all doing wrong, so many people, you putting, how many degrees do you have? So what kind of degree you got? See, I can't even cross my leg because I got something between my leg. So I don't even understand how y'all men be crossing your leg. Yeah, so how many degrees do you have? Okay, what about certifications? Oh, okay. Oh, where did you graduate from? Oh, okay. So how has it been, on your credit journey, building your credit? What's your credit score? Oh, okay. And so now we looking at, okay, you got a 750 credit score, you got a degree, you got a corporate job, oh, you marriage material. And then get into the marriage and y'all looking like Conor McGregor. All kind of elbows, all kind of arguing. Y'all doing all kind of arguing. Y'all mad, frustrated. Y'all don't want to share the same bed. Every 3 months, somebody asking for a hall pass. They need a 3-day vacation because y'all married degrees. Y'all matched what degrees go together. What credit scores go together. When me and my wife built our whole marriage with a credit score like our shoe size. Yeah. Became millionaires with a credit score way more than my credit score. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. The world misleading y'all. The only degree I got is the temperature. It's 72 degrees in my house. That's the only degree I got. You hear me? That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Stop making stuff something that is nothing. None of that matters. What somebody bring to the table, what degree you got, where you work at, what's your credit score, none of that matters. None of that matters. Because all of that, you know what? I could take my credit score from a 500 to a 800 in 30 days. But we literally walking away from somebody because they got a low credit score. I could lose 30 pounds in 30 days. But we literally walking away from somebody because of their weight. When we lay down in the bed to make a baby, we the same height. But we literally walking away from somebody because of their height. Listen to me. A lot of people come to me, oh, I'm single and I just can't get married. It's because you don't have standards. You have preferences. You looking for a preference instead of a standard. If you understand what standards are, see, standards are rooted in the person's morals and values, their character. That's all. If they got that, everything will be added. Because when you got good character, you want to take care of your body. You want to feed your mind. You want to build business. You want to have, you are ambitious when you have character. But see, you could have character and it just not be your season. You being planted and then you being watered and then you got a harvest. Because see, when you being planted, all somebody gonna see is dirt. When you being watered, all somebody gonna see is mud. But when the harvest come, tell your pastor Sunday, Pastor, I know where you got that word from. Tony Gaskin taught that on live, and he ain't even no pastor. Hey, God bless y'all. I got to go. My wife told me she had to watch this. I told her I'll be on 30 minutes. It's been 37 minutes. I got to go. God bless you. We'll talk soon. I had to figure out how to turn the thing off. Okay. Hey, God bless y'all now. YouTube, Instagram, I got a donation on here. God bless y'all now. Look at God. Somebody bless me. My goodness, why somebody did that? Hey, God bless y'all.